It's officially been 5 years without a major trophy for Arsenal. Sure, you can count 2 Community Shields that Spaniards has won during his half-decade at Arsenal. He certainly does. But what most football fans realise that Arteta's trophy cabinet starting to collect dust. All that sits inside is the moment he won the 2020 FA Cup with Unai Emery's side. What's concerning for the Gooners out there is that Arteta and Arteta have spent 650 million in the process. Stan and Josh Kroenke have backed him all the way. The media is behind Arteta, and he's also benefited from having connections to fellow manager Pep Guardiola, who did a huge favour several seasons by effectively gifting Arsenal a cut price deal for former Man City players Gabriel Jesus and Alexander Zinchenko. But despite all of this, Arteta somehow failed to deliver. When Arsenal were eliminated by PSG in the semi-final of the Champions League, it meant Arteta was once again going to be trophyless. What stung the most for Arsenal fans was that Arsenal also finished second in the Premier League, which is something that's become a trend under Mikel Arteta, but this time it was leading out to Arne Slot. However, even for those reports Arsenal were potentially making a sack decision, Arteta is clear that he will be in charge. So there we can reflect on this season and why they couldn't even land the title even with Man City imploding. Slot's success has ultimately shone a light on Arteta's failures. There's no such thing as process. You either win or you don't, and most things are pointing that Arteta seemingly doesn't have what it takes to get Arsenal over the line. Yes, the club have been playing well in both comps, but they still haven't won a trophy. Initially Arsenal fans fully got behind Arteta, but at the moment patience wearing thin. The Spanish didn't waste any time either, quickly boosting the likes of Aubameyang out to make way for a new start. They spent a lot of money on the likes of Declan Rice. All of this is well and good. It's done an impression they can win the title, but now patience is starting to wear thin, and you have to go on AFTV or something like that to see it's a 50-50 split. For their perspective, he's had more than enough time. He sees Slot go in and win it. To add insult to injury, you've got Spurs winning Europa League. So yeah, question is, how can they do it? Thierry Henry, who many consider to be Arsenal's greatest ever player, to discuss all things Arsenal, was on a podcast. It got particularly interesting around the halfway mark when he said Arsenal hadn't delivered under Arteta. While it's clear to see there is goodwill for Arteta, it's quickly shifting and there will be more to come too. So it could be a make or break season for Arsenal. If they don't bring a trophy, even if it's just an FA Cup or whatever, and they continue to be strong in the league, their patience will begin to run thin. No doubt there's potential here for a repeat of the Arsenal Wenger days, backed by one half of fans, or not by the other, but Wenger had credit in the bank from all of his incredible success. At the moment, Arteta doesn't do that. He's definitely brought Arsenal on, but you feel like now is the time for them to win a trophy. So anyway guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily football news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.